Welcome to Grow Getters with host Davis Michaelsen, who's looking for and discovering agriculture's most inventive side hustles. We'll meet resourceful and innovative entrepreneurs who share how they make extra money moonlighting to keep their farms and families going strong. From starting new businesses to tapping into new technologies, these Grow Getters are redefining what it means to be a farmer.
Hey everybody, welcome to Grow Getters. Thanks for tuning in. I am Davis Michaelsen, the host of Grow Getters. Today we have a very exciting show, but before we get to it, don't forget to like and subscribe. We've got more coming up into the future, so you're going to want to make sure and like and subscribe so you'll know when we've got new stuff. My guests today were once school teachers who decided they'd had it with the rat race. Time to slow down a little bit and take it easy. So their plan was to come up with a new idea where they could make some money as well as maintain their farm life. Today we travel to Iowa to talk about rural revival coffee. With that, let's go ahead and welcome Hahn, Kari Berg, and Naomi Gretter. Sky, Kari, Naomi. Welcome to Grow Getters.
Hello.
How's it going?
Doing well.
Good.
Well, it's great to see the three of you. Let's talk a little bit about farm cred here. Now, you all are very closely related with the hog production industry. You all three are married to hog producers.
Yeah.
Was that some sort of a plan? Did you meet at some kind of meeting or something? How does that come about?
No,
Not a chance. Definitely by accident.
Yeah. Interesting. Were you all teachers together? How did you meet?
Yep, at the same school. We were in elementary.
Yeah, that sounds great. Now, as I understand it, at some point, one of you read a book that kind of flipped the whole thing on its head. I would like to hear what was in this book and what stood out to you that like suddenly now I'm going to live a different way. How does the book do that?
Yeah. So a friend of mine recommended it to me. It's called Growing Slow by Jennifer Dukes-Lee. And it just totally changes your mindset and how you view life, really. And just the importance of finding that balance that works for you. And what works for you might be different than what works for somebody else. And that's okay. But it was one that like you reread it and you get something different out of it. So I then passed it on to Kari, and then we passed it on to Sky, and kind of here we are.
Yeah. That's very interesting. So the idea is it the idea of simplifying your life or maybe just slowing down?
I would say slow down and enjoy what's around you because it goes by so fast. And the whole point of it is to take it all in while you can and let the little things go. And if you do that, you kind of have to think about what is the track you're on putting you in a slower pace at life to enjoy your surroundings. And really, after you think about it and you read the book, it just was like, okay, what I'm doing is going through the motions. I'm going to work. I'm getting by. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm running around constantly. And I'm really not enjoying the things I should be. So it really put things in perspective for me. And I know these guys do.
At any point in that book, did it say, don't forget to stop and smell the coffee?
Oh,
that was a line in there?
Good. You know what? We'll talk to Miss Jennifer Dukes-Lee in her next book.
Yeah.
We'll see if she can add that.
Just a thought.
She did say she was going to add a warning to the front that said, if you read this, you may quit your job and get a coffee truck with your besties. So,
Yikes. Okay.
I mean,
and apparently it works. It really works.
It does. It really does.
Well, that kind of reminds me of a song.
Oh,
Let's see. If I remember the words just right. But I would not drink that soda or even a green tea. More coffee to survive these years. Whoa, more coffee to survive these years. So talk to me about rural revival coffee. What's the story there? What do you do? How did you get the idea? Let's begin there. Why coffee?
It kind of started as a joke, like years before we even did this. I jokingly said this. I think we were at an in-service, actually, one of those fun in-services that were very productive with our time. And I was just like, we need to do something else. Like I've always wanted to just have a coffee truck, and it was a joke, really. But then it was maybe a couple years later, after all the COVID changes with schools and just trying to readjust to what that was looking like, left even less time for our own families. And our husband's schedule was always random and busy, and a lot of that extra stuff would fall on our laps, and there just wasn't time for it. And we definitely didn't have time to enjoy some of those things that we probably should have been. So you came to me and was like, you remember that, like talking about coffee truck? I was like, yeah, it was a joke. And
not a joke anymore.
Yeah. Then we were like, we really could do this.
Yeah. Now you've been over to the World Pork Expo serving your delicious coffee and beverages. I want to talk more about what's inside that coffee truck, but talk to me about World Pork Expo and being there, and what other sorts of events that you're hoping to show up to serve coffee at.
World Pork Expo is always such a fun event. I mean, you have so many farm companies and just farm people, and we were there with United, and they welcomed us back again this year. But it's just really fun to serve all those farming families and people that make, the products and things that to help us keep going as farmers and whatever you are doing. And so it's just a really fun environment. We meet lots of people from all over the world. We definitely love the fun thing that's on the truck is remembering people's drinks. And like, it's such a fun to be like, hey, how do you know that? Or we kind of, give them a little hard time if they.
The name tags.
The name tags are really fun too, because they're like, hey, how's it going, Joe? And they're like, how do you know me? I'm sorry, I don't remember you, but like, it's a name tag.
So what other events, what other things have you been at, or would you like to get involved with?
This week, we're currently going to be at the local county fair. And so we're going to be there for 3 days. We're really excited for that. We've got some great sponsors to help out for the 4-Hers and FFA kids and families there. We also have RAGBRAI coming up. We'll be in Fairfield.
Oh, sure. None of you are going to ride RAGBRAI this year? You're not going to ride it?
Not this year, no.
I'm not. Me neither. No, thank you.
Yeah.
That's another fun event, just to meet people and their stories and just have conversation, which is, I think, one of my favorite things about being in the truck is just talking to people and hearing their story and just connecting.
Yeah. For those of you non-Iowans out there, RAGBRAI, help me get this right, registers annual Great Bike Ride across Iowa, right? RAGBRAI?
Sounds right.
We'll go with that,
Right.
Yeah. You know what? I think you're right. Yeah.
I think it's pretty close. With that, let's have another song, shall we?
Yes.
Whenever I have guests, I like to offer something of an ode, if you like, to their business. And so, with that, here is the ode to rural revival. Rural revival, the Java Queens, a cup of positivity from fresh ground beans. Rural revival. Wait, let's all slow down. Grounded in farm life, a family affair. At the crack of dawn to fuel the county fair. Rural revival on the Grow Getters Show.
Can you finish that song? That was perfect.
That was perfect.
I'm glad you liked it. I'm really glad you liked it.
Song.
So you
really go somewhere that needs to be our
We like the ice cream truck, like blaring out.
Yeah.
We can have that when the coffee truck's in town.
just blaring.
Yeah.
I work cheap. I would ride around on the top of that truck
Even
and just
better.
sing really loud.
We will pay you in coffee.
I would accept. Absolutely, I would accept. Were you guys? I guess I'm trying to get back to why coffee? Were you coffee nerds to begin with? Were
No,
you
no.
coffee like?
Tell you.
I drank,
Yeah.
like I'd like to drink coffee, but I didn't know anything about it.
We all
Should not drink
Yeah.
coffee.
we drank Folgers,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
Don't point to me with the
Oh, she
Folgers.
didn't. I did.
Well, talk to me about where do you get a coffee truck? Where does that come from?
Oh.
Good question.
I want to know that story.
You just tell my husband you're looking for a coffee truck, and he gets
Okay.
online and he finds it.
And
Wow.
then we go during an ice storm to South Carolina and pick it up.
You know
Wow.
what? We actually first started thinking we wanted to do just like a trailer. And then we realized between the three of us that was going to be a pain. We had to back that thing in places, and it would have a generator constantly moving stuff around. And then we realized the truck was the way to go. Now, it was more of an investment up front because obviously
It's a vehicle versus a trailer.
Yeah. So eventually we wrapped our heads around it, and we thought this is probably the most logical way for us to go. And lo and behold, we found one in South Carolina and jumped in the car one weekend and made it a 2-day trip there and back.
Because we were still teaching at
Yes.
the time, so we just had the weekend to go do this.
You had to go straight down and straight back.
Yeah.
Get back to the
Through a
students.
nice snowstorm.
Yeah.
With a quick
Wow.
stop in Nashville to celebrate Sky's birthday.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
well,
great.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, it's great.
And then at some point, so now you've got the truck. At some
Yeah.
point, you needed to find product. I mean, you got to have coffee to brew
Yes.
for everyone, beverages and different drinks. I keep saying coffee, but I know that you offer maybe some other drinks too. We can get to that. I mean, you're not growing coffee over there, are you?
No, and we knew we couldn't use Folgers. So we dug in, did some more research, and I believe Naomi found Java House in Iowa City, Cedar Rapids area, North Liberty, I should say. They have a roastery there, and we ended up partnering with them after going there and doing our taste test and meeting and just kind of having some conversations. And it worked out really well that we were able to partner with them, and they've been awesome.
Very helpful.
Yes.
That sounds cool. That sounds
Yeah.
cool. That's excellent. Are you familiar? I mean, they do say better beans make better coffee.
Absolutely.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
Big difference. Yes.
Uh-huh. And we've
Excellent.
tried so many different ones now too, and you can tell.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
like what we have.
Interesting. So you developed. I mean, basically, you've had to develop the business. You've had to develop how to do this. You've had to develop some infrastructure in that truck. You've had to develop a palette for coffee. If I'm thinking back to the book you were talking about, you were supposed to make your lives a little bit easier. You took that to mean, I'm going to do a whole completely brand new thing that I've never done before. Yeah, that's how I'm reading this.
I agree.
That's a
At
bold move.
first, we did add more to our plates, but we saw the big picture down the road that now we're able to control our own schedule and have more balance between like taking the truck out or like doing things around the farm or helping or family things that we would like to do, not just that we have to do. Like we could go to do things that we want to do.
And since there's 3 of us, we divvy stuff out. So that makes things easier as well. So everybody has their own thing they can
Kind of their
focus
role
on.
and take turns with scheduling.
Yeah. If
and-
this was a 1-person show, it would be overwhelming. Absolutely.
Right. I wish I'd worked up. I'll get by with a little help from my friends. But I do have this one. Starting the day again in Caffeineoville. Looking for my lost shaker of cinnamon. Some people say that there's a latte to blame, but I know it's green tea's fault. It's all green tea's fault, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, in all seriousness, you serve coffee. What else have you got there that you're offering customers?
Lotus. It's a plant-based energy drink, and it's delicious. And we have like dabbled in that a little bit, and it's been growing more, and people are really into it now. And we kind of just go with what we hear
Feedback.
Yes, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We have fan favorite frozen hot chocolate
Yeah.
as well.
Frozen hot
Life
chocolate.
changing.
Frozen hot chocolate, yes.
Someone at Pork Expo said it was life changing.
Wow.
So
You mentioned pork. You're
Cool.
in the hog industry. Is there any chance that you've got candied bacon for sale in your truck? Because I'm kind of getting something right now. This is just off the top of my head. Candied bacon coffee truck. Candy bacon coffee truck. Okay, I think I'm ready. Candy bacon coffee truck, 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 candy bacon coffee truck. You got the pork, you got the coffee. How about a little candy bacon coffee truck? Candy bacon coffee truck, candy bacon coffee truck.
Pork Expo. We were having the chocolate covered
Just
on the coffee
Just a
truck.
thought.
That
4
might
slices
just be-
for $8, 5 slices for 10.
There you go. There you go.
Well, I don't want to keep you too much longer here. I'm going to cut you loose pretty soon, but what's next for Rural Revival and the trio of ladies I've got here?
Kind of just flying by the seat of our pants. If anything comes up and we think, yeah, this will be good, we take it. And we just make sure we maintain our schedules so that we can handle it and not feel overwhelmed and go from that.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
We'll be gearing up for another school season that looks different for us because we tend to take the coffee truck to the schools and deliver drinks for the teacher. So we have it kind of worked out. We know how precious their time is, and so a lot of times they'll pre-order and then we just deliver the drinks into the building and kind of help them start their day off.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. And I love sort of the lifestyle that you're trying to achieve, prioritizing what's important, family, farming in your case, and getting out there in the community. The three of you, I really appreciate you coming on, serving as great examples of people who have been willing to take a new idea and see where it goes. I mean, there's a lot of courage in that, and I commend the three of you for that. There, anything else you would like our viewers to know today?
Oh, if you have a dream, follow it.
Yeah.
You have nothing to lose. Just go for it. Life is short. It's my thing. Just trust in your instinct, trust in God, and go. Right?
Amen.
Yes.
Amen. Good advice. How do we get in touch with you? How do we find out where you're going to be next, what you're doing, what's up?
I think the best way to find out all that information is on our Facebook page. And we also have Instagram as well. We have our schedules posted on there, menu items as well, and just kind of following along with us, where we're going to be at, what's coming up.
You can message us through that way as well, or email. Like either way, we'll see it.
Great. And I'll see if I can get my guys to put a link in the description somewhere down there. I don't really do the mirror thing. I don't even know. Well, thank you so much, Hahn and Kari Berg, and Naomi Gretter. Thank you so much for being on Grow Getters today. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Production support provided by Jack Heffron and Zach Zingula. Find Grow Getters on Farm Journal's YouTube channel and listen to it wherever you find your favorite podcasts. So for Grow Getters, it's your pal Davis Michaelsen saying, have a great day. Let's get out there and grow get 'em, everybody.
Grow Getters is a production of Farm Journal Studios, where no one grows alone.